ban.
Okay, just for the record, I have no idea if this is working or not. Today is the day that Dota Reborn dropped and became the official Dota client, and it has been filled with technical possibilities. Even I can tell my layout is a little bit jacked. I can tell my all sorts of stuff is going to be very different, so I'm just going to apologize right up front because this is probably going to be a little bit crazy, and if you are watching in client, I have no idea if you can hear me or not. And oh, by the way, that's not by Tugs McBoat. Let me just edit that quickly. I don't think I can. Where's that at? Casting by Elihu. Okay. Alright, but we finally got two matches that were scheduled for tonight up and running. And, alright, so let me get my Dota client back.
5 seconds remaining.
Move that over. Oh, yay, all sorts of fun little things.
Of time.
Alright, so, coming out, looking at the actual draft itself, let's talk about Dota, shall we? This is the WLDL Season 2. This is, and here's part of just what happened tonight. I have no idea about either of these teams. I am in a different group. My name's Elihu, if you want to call me that. Actually, I kind of go back and forth with what I call myself in that regard. But, yeah, it has been a hectic, crazy, chaotic night, and we're just trying to play some Dota. That's what we're going to try to do.
10 seconds remaining.
WLDL Season 2. We have 2 Linas, 1 Clock versus Life's a Lich.
5 seconds
I don't know the standings for
remaining.
either of these teams. I don't know the players for either of these teams. I have as little knowledge about these matchups as I possibly can because they're not in my group and I haven't paid attention. But as we look at the draft itself, we find that you've got some pretty standard bans that have come out. On the Dire side, they've got the Earthshaker, they've got the Undying. Earthshaker's a little surprising. He's usually not first ban material, but apparently he's just one of those that they don't want to play against. Maybe it's something that they struggle with, I don't know, but they just don't seem to want to play against it. But otherwise, you've got the Undying, you've got the Leshrac, you've got the Gyrocopter. All of those things are incredibly common in terms of picks and bans. They're very in the meta right now, including the Dire first pick, Lina. A lot of burst. This might be a support Lina. This might be a mid lane Lina. Those are usually the most common areas. And then 2 Linas, 1 Clock, follow up with a Dazzle. Just wanted to get that out of the way, and maybe they kind of have a back-to-back idea here. And they have 2 supports, and they're likely off-laner in the Clockwork. So that's... Clockwork's very strong right now as well. You don't have to wait for him to get a Blink Dagger to begin initiating. He can hold his own in the off-lane, even with a 2v1, a 3v1 at times, going against a dual lane or tri-lane. It's going to take a decent bit to zone him out, and he's just tanky. He's a bear to bring down. Now, the Lina has pretty... decent. I don't know. You're going to find I don't have the most knowledge about all of this, but in terms of bursting him down, the Laguna Blade burst pretty much just about everybody down, so that's always nice. On the other hand, if she has already used that, or she's low on mana, Clockwork's just going to dive in. She is not the tankiest hero unless she has a Bloodstone.
10 seconds remaining.
So early on, he can initiate on her. She can throw down the Light Strike away, perhaps, but if he has any backup whatsoever, and even if he's putting out his Battery Assault, she might have trouble doing that. The Dire put out their, what is likely their off-laner in the Axe. Don't see him much anymore in 6.84. 6.83, he was all the rage, happened all the time you saw him. But you don't see him a whole lot anymore. But add some tank, add some initiation, does need a Blink Dagger, and his Blink Dagger timing is going to make a decent impact. And also, I have a feeling that they're going to be able to judge what they want to do in their safe lane based on the Axe. It also would not be crazy to throw the Dire off and say, alright, we're going to put Clockwork over there, a tanky offlaner versus a tanky offlaner, and we're just going to tri-lane in the in what would, be our safe lane, put the Clockwork in our safe lane just to kind of for the matchup purposes. Not ideally what you'd like to do, but if you have a strong tri-lane, you can also do that in the offlane. Common bans coming out again. We've got the Quap, the very strong mid laner right now. The Phantom Lancer is getting a lot of play, probably one of the best 4 or 5 carries. And the Bloodseeker is just really annoying to play against. He's quite strong right now. I expect when 6.85 comes out that he'll probably get the Nerf Hammer at least a little bit. And just about all of those that you see on the... I don't probably not the Earthshaker, maybe not the Undying, maybe not the Claw.
10 seconds
Bloodseeker,
remaining.
Lesh, Gyro, those three I kind of anticipate to get some nerfs next time
5
around.
seconds
I'm kind of
remaining.
surprised the Winter Wyvern hasn't had any attention so far, and we'll see
Reserve
if she gets
time.
picked up. Very strong right now. The Tusk, that's another one
Radiant
that I
team
expect to
pick.
get some nerfs, and it's kind of surprising that he made it this far.
Anti-mage.
But it is what it is.
Dire
We have these
team
two
pick.
teams. I don't know how much they've scouted each other out. I don't know what their strengths are, and we're just going to kind of roll with it. The Anti-Mage, a good safe lane carry, has good escapability. Right now there are a couple disables, one that goes through a BKB, but Anti-Mage really doesn't want to have to focus on getting a BKB. He honestly, well, wait, he comes with his own bit of magic resistance, so he usually doesn't, but if they have a lot of lockdowns, he still may go that way, but he doesn't want to.
10 seconds
You'll see
remaining.
me think out loud, because, again, I've only been playing this game maybe 15 months, and there's a whole lot
5
that I don't know.
seconds
I'm not great
remaining.
at this game. I'm just going to talk about it, so you can choose to mute me, and I won't feel bad about it. We're going to see
Reserve time.
what the Dire pick up here with a minute 30 in their reserve time left, as we go into We Like Dota Season 2. If I even knew I was casting these games, I would have at least checked their records and perhaps some of what they've done to this point. But we are what we are, and we have what we have. Well, it's pretty straightforward. The Dazzle is a nice support for the Anti-Mage, so I anticipate he'll be going safe lane with that AM. But the Dire are already bringing down quite a bit of their reserve time as they kind of look through this. If I were the Dire, I probably am going to have Lina in the mid lane, would be my guess. Honestly, I would go for the Wyvern. Goes through BKB, has a heal. That ultimate, excuse me, goes through BKB.
Omni-Knight.
Omni-Knight. Interesting. I
Radiant
wonder if they're
team
going to
pick.
run that Axe Omni-Knight off lane. That is a bear to deal with, especially if the degen aura is put up and you get a heal bomb on Axe. That can be really difficult to deal with. And when you have a dual melee going in and you've got a melee carry, likely the Dazzle's going to back him up, but Dazzle's probably not going to have enough damage to deal with both of those. Now, the interesting thing
10
is that
seconds remaining.
Axe, obviously, his, or maybe not so obviously, his ultimate, his
5
Culling Blade,
seconds
goes through
remaining.
Dazzle's Shallow Grave. So it removes the debuffs, it just knocks him down, and so
Reserve
it doesn't matter
time.
if Dazzle Shallow Grave somebody. But that said, Dazzle, before level 6, can actually do a decent bit of zoning of Axe. With the Shadow Wave, it does pretty well if Axe is around creeps. Now, Omni-Knight's going to be able to heal him up, so that may not matter. However, if he heals him up too much, that might take some CS from Axe. It's this unique little dance that's going to happen over in that lane, so I think that's going to be interesting. But here we have the Radiant going into their reserve time quite a bit. They still have yet to pick their mid laner. They've got another, what would I would guess be their second support to pick up. We still don't know if the Dire, if the Lina is the mid laner, which I'm guessing she is, but she could also be a support. But I'm guessing that they're going to go Omni with another support on the Dire side. So what do we have? They could go with a Wind Ranger mid. Still got
Skywrath
Storm. Okay,
main.
there's their second support.
Dire team pick.
Can silence, so you can deal with the Omni-Knight, can silence the Lina. The silence is nice. He is very squishy, but has a lot of burst damage, and frankly what I have enjoyed when I've played Skywrath, and you'll notice I probably focus more on the supports because that's primarily what I am.
Chaos Knight.
A Chaos Knight. I'm gonna
Radiant
touch on that in a
team
second.
ban.
The Skywrath, when Axe calls somebody, he just sets himself up for Skywrath just to nuke him into oblivion, and so that's kind of nice. I have used that with an Axe, and I've used that against an Axe. It's kind of fun.
10
Now you have to watch out
seconds
when
remaining.
if Axe ends up getting that blade mail, because you can nuke yourself
5
into oblivion.
seconds remaining.
Now we see the Chaos Knight, which makes me wonder if they're going to go with a Wisp.
Dire
They
team
still could
ban.
have a second support here, have the Wisp in lane with it. The Lion is banned out by the Radiant, so they're not thinking that, but that is one of those classic combos, the IO Chaos Knight, the IOCK.
10 seconds remaining.
IOCK. I'm trying to think if there's anything you could spell with those letters, but maybe there is, but I can't think about it
5
right now.
seconds remaining.
I think the Radiant still need a mid laner. They still have the Storm. Okay, they ban out the TA. That's a good
Radiant
ban
team pick.
in regard to a mid laner. She deals with Ancients so well if she can stack them up herself, especially on the well, on the Radiant side. No, I guess that's pretty easy to do over there as well. She can stack them up so well. She can take Ancients very well. Probably the best in the game right now. So that's a good ban on their side, a good mid laner to get out. And if their Lina is there, she doesn't have to deal with a refraction.
10 seconds remaining.
Lina wouldn't have to deal with a reflection. She doesn't have any damage over time that can easily
5
remove that.
seconds remaining.
So the mid laner, you could go with a Viper if you wanted to go with something a little tankier. You could go with a Storm for initiation. You could go with a Wind Ranger. You could go with something like a Dragon Knight, though she doesn't do great against Lina just because of the ranged melee aspect. Well, about 13 seconds. We'll find out.
Wind
But they're gonna
Ranger
pick.
at
There's
your
the Wind
service.
Ranger. Okay. You get the power
Dire
shot. You can
team
keep some
pick.
distance. You've got the Wind Run. But the nuking aspect of Lina is what you might primarily need to take care of. But should somebody cycle in, then she can Wind Run away, and it'll be all right. So we're probably going to have a tri-lane, and you're going to have a very good zoning hero in Skywrath. Decent zoning is
Invoker.
Invoker. Did not expect that. So we don't know, because you can run Invoker as a support, but I'm guessing this is going to be your mid, and you've got a Lina as your second support. So this is going to be an interesting little setup. You've got a safe lane Chaos Knight against a safe lane Anti-Mage. Wow, this is unique. The Radiant side is something I'm much more accustomed to seeing, but the Dire are not afraid to go with things that are unconventional. But if you've watched any of our team, Saints and Sinners, you know that we sometimes like to pull out unconventional things. It's kind of fun. We did a first pick Elder Titan in one of our matches, and I remember listening to the commentators just go, why in the world would you do that? You can get him so late. And the fact of the matter is, it was kind of fun. Uh-oh. We've got a disconnection. Anyway, it was kind of fun just throwing a random curveball. Looks like we've got a pause. Let me see if I can find out what's happening. He's frozen. Okay. So it looks like we have somebody who's frozen. How do I talk to everybody? Oops. Oh, it's the same way it used to be. Alright. I could be Spitfire, but I'll just let him go. It's fun though. Alright, so here we go. We're going to throw some salt on it. And we'll take a look here. While we're waiting, we're going to go ahead and do introductions. We have Mr. Meeseeks, Hyper Shirts X. Reborn is the best. He's on the off lane Clockwork. We have Chico on your safe lane, anti-mage, hard carry, anti-mage. You've got Shirtsing on your Wind Ranger. You've got Red Raider Hyper Shirtsec. I'm sure that's something there. Red Raider, and that's what we're going to go with on your Dazzle. On your Skywrath Mage, we've got Best Served Cold. It's a name I actually recognize, and I've seen him around. On the Dire side, we've got Nurzol on your Lina. We've got Kramer on your Omni Knight, and again, they're heading to the off lane. They might be trying to head down there and do some damage. You've got Marty Nipples. It will be fixed in Source 3. Alright, are we good? Alright, looks like we're good. Alright, Nurzol, Finest One on your Invoker, Kramer on your Omni Knight, Marty Nipples on Source 3, and your Chaos Knight is What the Puck. And so it looks like they're drawing a line down here. They're not going to smoke up, but they're just going to begin making their way down the off lane. I don't know if they're going to try to plant a ward. I don't know if they're... But the only person they're going to run into is potentially Chico. He has not leveled up anything, but he could probably level up Blink and just get away from it. He's going to spot Kramer. There's Ping comes out, and he's going to try to... Nope. because he sees the axe and they kind of back off. He hits him with a hammer,
30
and you
seconds
get hit
to
with an
battle.
axe. Okay, now we've got some more people cycling in. We've got Dazzle coming in this way. No wards being dropped down yet. Everybody just kind of standing off, staring at each other. And now we've got a 4v4 in the bottom. They're all kind of lined up. There's a power shot. So get out. Okay, there's a ward. We're going to use a quelling bait, use a tango, cut it down.
The battle begins.
That was it. That was everything. But they did get the block. They did get the block bottom. There's one bounty rune. Yeah, easy for me to say. To each. It's been a long day, guys. Give me a break. One bounty rune to each side, and so we will see kind of how things are going here. Alright, we'll kind of go into the last hits denies to begin, and kind of see how this goes. We've got the Invoker Wind Ranger mid, so it is definitely a Lina support. Lina looks like it's probably going to be rotating over. Yeah, she's coming over this way. We'll see if we see some action here. And Anti-Mage disconnected from the game. Alright. 3 cheers for Reborn. Okay, again, this is the day that that Reborn became the official Dota client. So all sorts of technical possibilities. We had a bunch of games lined up for tonight. It was crazy as we were trying to just get anybody in lobbies and get things ready to go, and people trying to figure out where things were. All right, so you have one Radiant Observer ward here. They're going to see anybody trying to rotate in. Anti-Mage reconnected to the game, so we should be able to go very soon. This is definitely blocked. This camp is blocked. We have no idea if they'll try to... we don't see any sentries. Let me take a look quick if we have any sentries on anybody. Nope, no sentries across the board. Oops. I hope everybody was ready. Anti-Mage is moving. There. Pause. Okay. Alright. Looks like it got ambitious, got anxious. Alright. We understand it's a fun league, it's a community league. We're hanging out, we're having a good time. What?
Not so.
Don't want to interrupt, but saying, okay. I guess everything is okay. I was kind of surprised to see that happen. Okay, so we've got a dual lane versus the tri-lane. The Axe is not going to be able to do quite as much because Dazzle and Skywrath both can zone out fairly well. If Axe does get a call, it's going to be hard to say if he's going to be able to do anything. Mid lane, we've got the Invoker and the Wind Ranger. Starting out with Null Talisman and some Tangos, Null Talisman on that side. He is going with the Quas Exort build, at least right offhand. Chaos Knight is doing well in CS, very early on.
Players here!
And Clockwork is just going to be content to get his levels. He's level 3 already, so let's just go ahead and go to the hero levels. Yeah, he's level 3 as well as the mid lane Wind Ranger, so he's plenty happy. He doesn't need a lot of CS. It'll be plenty for him. There's a ping down bottom. There's a call, and there's your first blood. Heal bomb comes in.
All-knowing one, bear witness.
Fortunately, Dazzle wasn't able to save him soon enough. They may have caught sight of the Skywrath rotating out. He grabs the double damage, and he gets 2 Mantles of Intelligence because that is going to up his intelligence, which his Q is dependent upon. The Clockwork, if he plays safe, he's fine. However, if he gets caught by an LSA, he gets caught by a stun by the Chaos Knight, he gets caught by the... what's that thing that brings them closer together? Reality Rift. Could be in trouble, but chances are good he's going to be able to survive. He's probably got his cogs up. He's got his cogs, he's got his battery assault. Oh wait, no, he's got rocket. He's not going battery assaults. Alright, well he's probably just trying to do that to get some CS. That's what I'm guessing. I'm not a Clockwork player. Yeah, there's the attempt. Missed LSA. We're okay there. Again, mid lane. are we doing in terms of last hits? The Wind Ranger having the better of the Invoker, not by a lot, but by 3. And, the Invoker is okay. My settings are very different than they were in the Dota 2 client. Dota 2 Unborn client, maybe? I don't know. This is Reborn, the Born client. That'd be the latest in the Born series. Okay, getting some harass on the finest one. Alright, he gets a Forge Spirit out, and again, going Quas Exhort. What does he have? He has Cold Snap, and the Forge Spirit's out. Clockwork is cycling around here, probably coming over for the rune. Yeah, what do we have here? Do we have a bottle? No. Yep, we've got a bottle on the Wind Ranger. There's a rocket thrown out. Just harass. And still just a Null Talisman. He's got 1200, so I wonder what he's going in. I am the wrong guy to say anything about trying to figure out for sure. There's another call on the enemy. There's a Shadow Wave, and he's able to blink away. That is a nasty, nasty combination. It's difficult to deal with, even when you I don't know if this Skywrath is going to be able to. Who's that? Okay, the Clockwork get the invisibility. He's going to begin trying to cycle over here to the mid. Might have seen the. I don't know. Does the level up display if you're invisible? I don't know. They must have seen that. He's playing very conservative otherwise. He's playing very cautiously. I don't see a ward over here. I don't know if maybe he just caught sight of it, or he just knows the Clockwork is missing. He's coming up trying to get some CS with his Forge Spirits. And Clockwork is just standing there, and there's the Battery Assault going through the Cogs. Oh, just going to have a pushback by the Cogs. 2 TP rotations, and one is just going to go ahead and get cancelled. He's going to be... Clockwork's going to go back. Just unfortunate. Lina gets Anti-Mage again. Oh, it's just brutal. Brutal to try to deal with. Anti-Mage is stuck back. He's died 3 times, I believe it is. And even the... looks like the Skywrath is there. Purification. Oh, Purification and Battle Hunger. Not even a call into that. Unless the call happens somehow early enough that it's not considered. Silence on him, and looks like just a little bit of harass. If you can't cast spells, you can't do anything. So 2-0 in the way of the Dire. They see the Skywrath. The Radiant know he's there. Whoops, sorry about that. They're trying to get in on him. He does have a blink up, but doesn't use it. He's okay. Yeah, they're having a difficult time. The best part from their perspective is their Clockwork is level 6, their Wind Ranger is level 6. The Invoker on the other side is also level 6. I realize his ultimate comes online at, I believe, at level 4, if I recall. He's keeping those Forge Spirits and that Cold Snap up. That's what he's keeping up in terms of getting ready to utilize.
Tis mine.
There's a Battle Hunger thrown out. Let me close that off. The settings are so jacked up. Alright, what happened to Clockwork is
denied.
I'm not sure. Don't know if he ended up getting low for some reason. He's down to the bottom. He's going to try to help his Anti-Mage. Alright, Anti-Mage is able to blink out. Clockwork is here. I don't know if they saw the TP. I'm guessing they did see the TP rotation in. And Clockwork is just gonna kind of get out of the way. He has his hook available. Nobody else is level 6. That Skywrath is only level 3. Anti-Mage is level 4. He's below the Dazzle. But they are playing very conservatively.
Boom,
they're backing up all the way here. They're saying, nope, we know Clockwork is there. We're just going to let that go. Early awards have expired, and so right now, no vision, no extra coverage, and you've got 4 Radiant's top tower heroes down in his bottom lane. Is he going to be able to get on the top? Looks like he did. Okay. Heal though. There's a heal. Here comes a Sunstrike, but doesn't do enough, and they're able to get the axe, and there, Radiant go on the board. good map awareness by throwing out the Sunstrike, and kudos to him for being able to play Invoker. I'm not even trying that. I'm not good at Dota at all, so much less Dota plus adding micro heroes or adding Invoker spells to try to follow through. Omni Knight's rotating to the mid lane.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Very curious. What might be happening here? He's just kind of passing through. Does he have any wards? He's got one ward on him. He does have a soul ring.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He's just gonna walk and
A tithe.
Radiant structures are
pick that up. I
fortified.
guess he's gonna come up here.
The armor
Hit with
of
a hammer and
omniscience.
repel himself and slow her down with the DJ Aura, and that was just a very peculiar engagement. Okay, is that Invoker has a hand? Oh, he was saving for a Hand of Midas. Okay, I have seen that. Yeah, I have seen that. I've never cast an Invoker game, and I've never played Invoker, so not a lot of
Radiant's
Invoker.
top tower is under attack.
Little under half health. Actually, this is going out very quickly. This Lina is only level 5. Just gonna get zoned out. He's not able to throw out the Laguna, but he's only level 4 on the Skywrath. It's interesting lane setup, and you just wonder if the Skywrath is just going to hang out here and just try to get some levels. And Lina's been protecting the Chaos Knight, but really it was just against a Clockwork, and so not a lot of concern there. Doing a little bit of creep cutting down here. This offlane is just getting very, very complicated. Oop, there's a rotation from the Wind Ranger. She's gonna throw the repel on Axe and say, "Hey, buddy, I'll take care of you." And still got 3v2, but that DJ Nora is kicking in. There's a whoa, sorry. Oh, that'll go right through. Guardian Angel, do you have your Q? Dazzle, do you have your Q? Nope. Okay, and he's healed up, and they're just gonna walk away. They're too tanky, and just now. Oh wait, I had it on Lina this whole time. That doesn't matter. Dazzle is level 5. Oh, close to level 6. That ultimate, that wave would have, that weave would have been very helpful. I want the 1-1-3 build on the Dazzle. Not that uncommon. Usually I like to level up my wave most of all. Some people, it just depends on the
Top is missing.
Leveling up your grave, leveling up your poison touch even in certain circumstances. Dazzle's one of those that, while I have a general, hey, this is what I normally do, it's not always the case. Because it's always situational.
Radiant's top
You have to
tower
be
has
flexible
been
with your Dota
denied.
builds. I've learned that.
Things fall.
Radiant's top tower denied by the Clockwork. Actually, very good job on them. I saw that getting low, but I didn't realize how low it was. We've got one Dire Ward here, one Radiant Ward right. Oh, there's a Radiant Hero. That's what I was looking for. One Radiant Ward here, and then the same thing kind of down here. You've got one Radiant Observer, one Dire Observer. I don't think that's blocking. And then another Radiant Observer. So, just kind of some standard ward coverage. They're going to try to sweep around and see if they can find anybody. I see some action going on up the top. And Clockwork is going to get out. Is going to have a Reality Rift. Going to be able to get him. Got more action happening. You probably don't want to go that way. Got a lot of... And looks like Clockwork's going to get out. Okay. And looks like this came to nothing down in the bottom lane. They're chasing up here, but nothing doing. This does give Invoker some solo time. And where are we at on CS? Alright, the Radiant leading both their carry and their mid laner. Both
Radiant's
regards.
middle tower
This may
is
be
under attack.
this really may be a reflection of, because I really haven't been able to watch the mid lane a whole lot, this may be a reflection of how much the Wind Ranger rotated. She rotated bottom, and then we just saw her kind of rotating towards the top. And he may have just been able to catch up in that time. He's only up by 11. This is giving Lina some very precious time in that safe lane by herself. Because now the CK is... Well, I guess he's making his way back. He doesn't quite have his armlet. It's pretty standard CK. He's got his drums to tank up. Here comes a Wind Ranger, and they know it. And hey, look at that. 2 Observer Wards right on top of that. Alright, I heard a call. Where's the call? Where'd it go? Oh, there we go. And there Sorry, I missed that. And my camera acceleration and deceleration are, again, all jacked up. Axe is rotating into the jungle. He's working on his blink dagger. He's doing pretty well. That's what he was calling. He's calling creeps. That's what he's worried about. He's trying to and that's good. That's what Axe should do. As Tugs like to say, he's doing
Radiant's
Axe
middle
things.
tower is under attack.
And they're actually hitting this tower really
Radiant
hard.
structures are fortified.
Chaos Knights are doing particularly hard already. Wow. Ogre. Look at that. Broken. 50 already. 14 minutes into the game.
Radiant's
2
middle
towers down on
tower
the
has
Radiant
fallen.
side.
And hard,
Just
all
fine. Well
bonds
done.
will break.
Well done by the Dire. Dazzle's trying to push this bottom lane. Anti-mage, just really trying to catch up. Actually, he's done fairly well. What's our net? 6 people per minute. Network. Okay. Third on the network. I just say it could be worse. He's died 3 times, if I recall. He's died, he's only died twice. Only died twice, okay. I misremembered that, so my apologies. Where's Natalie? So he's, died twice, has not gotten a kill, and has managed to be third in the net worth. So he's going to be working towards his Battle Fury. Where is... there you go. Alright, he's got his Ring of Health, so he's not close to the Perseverance. He does have the Quelling Blade. He's got 1100 in the bank, and he's going to be jumping around and trying to keep himself. Again, sorry, and Invoker is disconnected from the game. Awesome. Alright, well actually while this is happening, I'm going to take the opportunity to try to slow down some of my things. And again, I'm sorry if you are not hearing me at all. I think I have open mic on, but I honestly don't know. So we're gonna have to just kind of wait and see. Alright, what did I miss? Okay. Yeah. Let's keep it clean, folks. No need to get hateful. Alright, looks like a grammar Nazi. Well, that's that's very very possible. Jeez. Oh. I even correct the in Dota chat. Alright, well they just drew on the map. It's now 5-1. What's overall XP? Or excuse me, that's not what I wanted. Alright, yeah, Life's a Lich in fair control, about 3,500 XP early, over 5,000 gold early, and so that's it's not unsurmountable. It's still okay. Anti-mage reconnected, so it looks like we're starting to get back in the game. We're still waiting on an Invoker. And we get to see all these beautiful textures that my little laptop cannot handle, and I've got it in very, very low settings. Okay, up here, Skywrath, finally level 7. Power outage. Wow. That stinks. Alright, he's got his mantle, probably just gonna hold on to this. It's she's living that Grammar Nazi life out. He does have his ultimate. That's basically what I was looking for. Where are we in terms of hero level? Invoker, with all that time solo in the mid lane, just soaked up a lot of opportunity to gain levels. He's up to level 11. Then we've got a bunch here in level 8. Most of your cores from both sides, and then all of the supports at level 7. So in that regard, we're doing okay, kind of at both sides. However, item-wise, still working on the armlet. Invoker. Oh, probably going for a Yules? Yules? Yeah, probably going for a Yules there. That is very likely, especially because he has the Cyclone available, because he has 1 point in Wex. However, that is not his primary. He's primarily going for Quas Exhort, so he's going for Sunstrike, he's going for Forge Spirits, he's going for damage, and he's hitting pretty hard right now. He's hitting pretty hard for this early in the game. Down here we talked about already, Ring of Health, but still don't have his Perseverance. Dazzle living the position 5 life I know that life very, very well. He's got his arcane boots at least, and a wand, and sometimes that's what you end the game with, because that's just kind of how it goes. Lina does not have a whole lot, but she has 800 gold saved up. Makes me think she's probably building arcanes first. Axe is able to buy his blink dagger in 5, if I recall. Ooh, hello there. This is different. Or maybe this is the way it always was. Yeah, he's able to buy his blink dagger in 5. So I'm looking forward to that. I've got a little thing here. Hello, hello, hello. Maybe I should be doing this the whole time. I'm not sure. If you can't hear me, I apologize, because I'm not sure which thing is supposed to be open mic. So I'm not going to sit here and hold down this key the whole time. But if you are listening and you're watching and you had my stream up and you're not hearing anything, I'm going to apologize right now, because I've been talking this whole time. However, I don't know which button is supposed to be it with Reborn. So I will let you enjoy your cast in peace, and if you want to hear my completely ignorant commentary later, then you can check this out on YouTube. Alright, have a great one. Okay, for those of you who are still here, okay, we are all set to go. We're back in. Alright, let's see. Alright. They're trying to push Axe, and right now his best chance may frankly just be to move into the dire jungle, because they're just all over this radiant jungle. Then again, they could rotate very quickly, rotate very easily. Lina she does have, she almost has a full mana pool, so she can do a pretty good amount of damage here. You still got the axe, and there it is, blink called, there goes Luna Blade, bam! There goes your anti-mage. Missed hook, but he's gonna cog her in, and I think she's gonna get taken out right there. Silence Omni Knight, they're still working on him.
Dire's top tower
Looks like he's
is
probably
under
gonna
attack.
live. They took out Axe over on the side. Wind Ranger went ahead and took him out. I heard the clockwork is gonna go down. Skywrath is probably gonna fall as well. And this Sunstrike is coming down, and boom. This Invoker is just ripping them apart. They go down 4, but if you count the early one, really that is a full team wipe. Wow, a lot of gold goes the way of the Dire. They were already in the lead. A lot of XP goes in the way of the Dire. They end up getting 2 people end up dying, but that's your offlane Axe and your support Lina
Radiant's
for
bottom tower is under
everybody.
attack.
Because if you remember, the anti-mage was the first one to go down. That was the real deal.
Radiant
Blink
structures are
dagger.
fortified.
And so that did a lot of work there. Did a lot of work. XP and gold maps. Yeah, we're over 5,000 XP gold, we're over 7,500 in gold. Probably last hits are going to be well up there. Actually, the anti-mage, again, is still doing fairly well. He has had a very difficult life, very difficult game. He is going to be, as I said, he's going to be pushing that top lane. He's going to start to invade the Dire jungle and just get what he can.
Dire's
They're going to
top
push
tower
that tier
is
2
under
and
attack.
anti-mage until he
Radiant's bottom tower is
really
under
begin to do
attack.
something. They don't have a lot of
Radiant
There's a blink
structures
call, but
are
it misses
fortified.
everybody. The Chaos Knight still has not cast his Phantasm one bit. Oh, there it is. There's the first one. And they say we're going to take this tier 2 tower. Oh, there's a hook, and there's a call, but reality rips out. There's the Sunstrike down. Clockwork is gone. Dazzle ends up dying.
Radiant's bottom tower
Does some
is
damage.
under attack.
Oh! A lot of damage on the
Dire's
Dire
top
side.
tower has fallen.
Ultimately, nobody ends up falling. Anti-Mage does get a tier 1 tower out of it. And let's see where we are in terms of net worth. He's worked his way back up to 3rd on the net worth, but still well behind the Anti-Mage. Or excuse me, well behind the Invoker. Even 1,500 behind the Chaos Knight. They're going to kind of gather mid. Chaos Knight has healed himself up, and he's heading back. He's got his armlet now. He's heading back to lane. So he might go back into farming some. Lina now has 700. She's got the Sage's Mess. She's probably going to go for that Yule's. That is a pretty standard, especially when you're playing support Lina. It sets up that Light Strike array very, very well. That's very nice to have. Chaos Knight now with the armlet, that helps his farming quite a bit, which was really the big issue on Chaos Knight. He has a very difficult time farming, especially early game. That's why he's paired with the Wisp so much. Not only can he teleport in anywhere, relocate in anywhere because of the Wisp being with him, but just the increased attack speed helps him a whole lot. In terms of ward coverage, we have just one Dire ward covering, and that's about ready to expire. Otherwise, the Dire don't have any other wards up on the map. A Radiant pair right there, and here we have the Anti-Mage trying to... Oh, does the Invoker have a blink? The Invoker does have a blink. There's a blink call. We're probably going to get a Sunstrike in on this, but nope, he's going to be able to blink away, and he has... Let's go blink. Okay, there's one on the Lina. Oh, she gets the Gunblade off. Oh, got it. No. Magic damage. He's going to be able to take out the axe. They do take out the axe. The Anti-Mage gets away. That's very good for him. Here comes the Invoker. Here comes the Yules, and the Sunstrike comes down. Clockwork pops in. Omni-Knight ends up going down there. Dazzle healed. They're trying to get him. There's a meatball that comes in. Are they going to be able to get the Invoker? This would be so huge if they could. Taking him out. Is he going to Ghost Walk away? Nope. Nope. Speeds himself there. He Ghost Walks away, and they have no detection. Wow, that would have been huge if they were able to get the Invoker. But great fight, honestly. While it might not seem like it, just a 3-2, this golden XP... I mean, the XP change, the gold change really just 1,300. Okay, the XP is the biggest part of that. Got some levels up. Where are we at with
Radiant's
our levels?
top tower is under attack.
Hero levels, pretty much standard across the board, but I'm not exactly sure how much they gained from that fight. But when you are far ahead as they were, you're going to find that a fight like that is beneficial. Even if it's a 2 for 3, as it was, Anti-Mage is still making some progress. He's trying to get to that battlefield furiously, saying, please let me get my Battle Fury, please leave me alone and just let me farm like an Anti-Mage. That's what I want to do. Alright, let's see what we got. Do we have any smokes up or anything of that nature? Nothing right offhand that is noticeable. This Dazzle, whoops, yikes. Reborn, Volvo please. Volvo please. Okay, someone's getting pinged out. I think it was just the Omni-Knight getting pinged out. Have more farming happening. We're going to pull back. We're going to try to get a set of items. The Dazzle has a medallion, so add to that minus armor. They're able to get rid of that. Oh, he noticed the Observer Ward because of the sentry that had been placed there earlier, and goes ahead and places a Deep Observer there. Go ahead and close this now. From the XP change, you see that they had a nice little blip up in terms of XP. Similar in terms of gold, but right now, you know, Life's a Lich is holding a fairly significant 10k gold lead. Alright, he placed this ward, a nice deep ward, able to see when people are farming, well warded up the map, so kudos to Omni-Knight for doing that. Omni-Knight, how are you doing? I know most people pay attention to carries, and I will get to that, but working on his mechanism, looks like he's a recipe away. Doing pretty well there. Axe is working on his blade mail. That is going to really make the Skywrath afraid of nuking him. Goes ahead and calls there. Looks like they've done this a few times before. As I said, the Invoker has a blink. The Invoker has the Yules. The Invoker still has that Midas, and that has really allowed him to get well ahead in terms of levels. And on the levels, you can see that he's 4 ahead of even their Anti-Mage. He's doing quite well. Not to mention their mid laner, who he's also ahead of. They're kind of all coming in, but he's going to TP out in plenty of time. They're going to kind of go searching for him,
is under attack.
not find anything, and they're just going to move on. Realize, okay, he TP'd out. Looks like Radiant's going to try to take their first tower. She goes ahead and throws out the focus fire, but here are some TP rotations. You really want to try to save that focus fire until after the glyph comes out, because man, it just allows so much time for them to react. While that's difficult, I found myself in that spot many a time. Let's see if we have an initiation attempt from the Invoker up here in the top lane. He is alone. There's
Radiant's
nobody else.
middle
And frankly,
tower
they
is
may
under
know
attack.
that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
they may know that everybody else is down here. They may see everybody down here at the bottom. They see 4 heroes, and Invoker's saying, alright, oh, and Invoker gets a pick off. He has that Yules, he throws down the meatball, and he is hitting for 190, almost 200 damage. And the Dream... Oh, he does have the Battle Fury. He did get the Battle Fury. I don't know if he had it before that. Whoops, I missed the fight recap. Okay.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
With the Chaos Knight Phantasm pushing that middle tower. Not sure if the glyph is up. The glyph is up, but they're just going to let this one go. They realize there's not a whole lot they can do.
Radiant structures are
There's a call on Clockwork. Anybody down? Oh, he gets nuked down. The Shallow Grave that saves him out. The Skywrath ultimate goes out, doesn't really do a whole lot of damage. There's another blink called by onto the Wind Ranger, just knocking her down. She's not able to get away from it. The Anti-Mage is back up, he does a lot of damage. There's one down, the axe is down. If he's able to get the Chaos Knight, he's going to try to blink into him, but the Omni Knight's slowing him down. Phantasm going out, he's able to get the Chaos Knight. Is he able to do enough damage to the Omni Knight? No, the Omni Knight with the heal bomb takes down the Anti-Mage, and there we have 4 again dead on the side of the Radiant. Oh, so much happening in that fight. It was kind of drawn out. It was kind of here and there all over the place. Wow, that just... The fact that the Anti-Mage went down there, that is very difficult. That would have been huge for him to be able to get that triple kill. Had a little bit of a blip up, but still over 10,000, probably close to 12,000 XP. The gold draft, similar. We're down here closer to 14,000 now. Life's a Lich gets a tier 2
top tower has
lane.
fallen.
Okay, so if you are 2 Linas, 1 Clock, you have a Battle Fury on the Anti-Mage. You have a... They're working on Aghanims on the Wind Ranger. Still got a little ways to go. You are working on a mech. What I assume is a mech. Could be a pipe, but I assume is a mech. They're going to try to get a tier 2 out of this. On the Clockwork, he does have his Blade Mail, so that's nice. He's able to initiate and discourage people from counter-initiating into him. A Soul Ring on the Skywrath just for that boost of mana, but he's still kind of squishy. He's got 850. Looking in terms of HP, Dazzle has more. Skywrath is pretty squishy, but he's got a Soul Ring, so he's really apparently trying to go with a lot of mana. The Anti-Mage probably working as Vlad's now.
It is mine.
This is typically the case, and they are smoked up on the Dire side. And this is what I was going to say really probably needs to happen on the Radiant side. They need to smoke up a couple heroes with the Anti-Mage. Smoke up, say, Clockwork, the Anti-Mage, maybe the Skywrath or something. Show a couple heroes in lane and then try to get a pick off or 2. Right now the Dire going into Rogue. Looks like Skywrath knows this is happening. Okay. Are they going to be able to react in time? They throw out the power shot just to try to scout out. They know the axe is up there. Had to have seen him evoke. Yeah, there goes the Roshan, just not able to react. They realize they're in a position that's very difficult, and they really don't have a team fight composition. I mean, what was that called? Calls on creeps, perhaps? What was that? Yeah, the call was on creeps. Team fight composition is not AoE, so you don't have an Earthshaker, you don't have an Enigma, you don't have a Wyvern who can dive in and really just punish them all for being that close proximity. You do have the Clockwork, who, if he can get a good hook into cogs, can cause some damage.
Dire's middle tower has
but
fallen.
chances are good that you're not going to be able to do enough, especially when you have Axe standing up there just kind of guarding. He knows that if anybody dives in, if Clockwork dives in, Axe can then turn around and call, and it's just going to be a very difficult spot to be in. Anti-Mage is still honestly doing quite well in terms of catching up
Radiant's
as much as he
bottom
can.
tower is under attack.
Oh, I completely missed that. Don't know where that happened. And she's pinging out, hey, there's a ward up there.
Has fallen.
And they get the bottom tower in response. Is the Phantasm popped for that? Does not look like it. Aegis is still up for another several minutes. And Dire say we're going to go ahead and push high. Wind Rangers down. Put out the weed. Try to deal some physical damage. try to lower the armor. Anti-Mage comes in, and here he comes. He's focusing on Forge Spirits. Able to get... Oh! Two people go down. Anti-Mage is not able to do enough. Goodness, just all over the place. Anti-Mage is going up against Chaos Knight, trying to take him down. Is not able to do so, and... Oh, here he goes. Okay, Chaos Knight goes down, but he still has the Aegis, so that's just the Aegis. That's why he was playing so bold.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Able to stun the Chaos Knight. Is he going to be able to do enough damage? Nope. Has a kill put on him. There goes the Anti-Mage one more time. Power Shot goes out just to try to zone him back, but this is going to be something else. That was 4 for nothing, and it's just going to be really difficult for two Linas to talk to each other. It's hard to say if there were any Reborn issues. It's hard to say if there were any settings issues. Just getting into this, and I know that we kind of rushed into this. However, at this point, it's easy to kind of complain about one thing or another, but the fact of the matter is, Life's a Lich has put themselves in a very good position to dominate this game. They had that offense so difficult to deal with, and while you had the Skywrath and you had the Dazzle, the Anti-Mage just could not get his battlefield fast enough. It was just way too Dazzle ult comes out, a tier 3 goes down in the middle. They're going to try to take a Rax. They still don't have Anti-Mage, so their big source of damage is just not up yet. Omni Knight's just going to heal himself up. He's got, okay, doesn't have the Guardian Angel quite yet, and they realize, okay, Anti-Mage is coming back and we're going to get out. That was actually a very good move, knowing when to get out. Their cooldowns were down. I'm not sure what the cooldown is. Anti-Mage was ready to go again with the Mana Void. So that he would have been able to do some serious work. However, just not enough damage at this point. The Wind Ranger is hitting pretty decently. However, she has died, what? 6 times. I mean, it's just difficult to... And Anti-Mage has died 7 times. It's just really difficult to get momentum when you have these aggressive heroes, when you have an Axe who can just dive in and know it doesn't matter what you do, because it doesn't matter if your Skywrath comes up against me, because I'm just going to have an Omni Knight repel me, and then I don't care what he does, because he's all magical. Dazzle does physical, but just not enough to take down a tanky Axe. And plus, once he got the Blade Mail, you really don't want to cast all your stuff onto them. So it's just been tough sledding for two Linas. Some of this you can perhaps account to, hey, we may have drafted better. Oh, Wind Ranger, you don't want to walk into that. You don't want to walk into that. You want to get away. You want to get away. And that's a good plan right there. Here comes Omni. He kind of gets caught. There's a call. Oh! And there used to be a Skywrath there. Skywrath, it's just not safe anymore. And really, there's one ward sitting right here, one ward over here. But really, they're pushing your tier 3s. You need wards in closer just to have the opportunity to see where they might be. I don't even know if wards are up on that side. Phantasm goes out. Weave comes out, but they're going to take another set of racks. Everybody's kind of TPing in to try to initiate some sort of response. There goes your Dazzle. There's your entire mid lane Brax. Power Shot, just really not enough damage to take down where these heroes are right now. There's an initiation where to go. In comes the Guardian Angel, so no physical damage is going to do anything. There's the Guardian Greaves. Here comes your tier 3 on the top. I don't even know where that Sunstrike was going. I heard it.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, at this point, there's just...
Radiant's top tower
so far ahead, it's going to be very difficult. Anti-Mage going to try to get one last hurrah. Self-heals to get himself away. Anti-Mage just doesn't have enough. He needs his Dazzle to help him out. Needs Shallow Grave, needs a heal, but nope. Oh, Omni Knight disconnects in-game, and looks like they're going to unpause. Maybe they're just going to unpause the call. The stout heart knows no fear. Okay, Omni Knight is dead, so we're going to let this play out for 45 seconds. Axe is going to go down.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
There was a buyback. Are they going to be able to go on the Invoker? No, they probably don't have any detection. Brady might Ghost Walk. Chaos Knight's up here. There's a blink back in from the Invoker. There's no Mana Void. Wind Ranger everybody's backing off. There's a stun on the Dazzle. There's a Phantasm. There's a reality weapon on the Dazzle. Throws out the ultimate, the Skywrath does. Just not able to do enough damage. So many because it's spread out amongst everybody. Not everybody takes the same amount of damage. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, Omni Knight is back, so we don't need to pause. Whoops! Chaos Knight is going to live. Invoker's just ripping them apart right now. Just throwing it out. And there comes a Sunstrike right in the middle, is able to heal up.
Under attack.
Okay, and we are alright. Well, one good thing, the Radiant still have their top set of racks. Phantasm was just used, if I recall. And Chaos Knight is, where's Chaos Knight?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, Phantasm's back up once he gets, and he has Manta as well. So, he has enough. They're going to make this push for Megas, and they're going to try to GG this out. Over 20,000 XP, over 30,000 gold. Lina's 1 clock had a very good start in their own off lane, as well as their mid lane pretty well, but once Invoker got rolling, especially with some solo experience and having him in this, and then safe lane was very difficult. Clockwork dives in, he got cut off, he's going to disappear, he's just getting Mystic Link. A lot of chaos happening, but there goes down 3. And there's the GG. They're just gonna die. There's the call. Eventually this thing is gonna explode and Alright. Again, for anybody who was watching previously, or watching in the client, I apologize because it doesn't look like my voice is being heard, but I'm not exactly sure. Well played by Life's a Lich, well played by both teams, honestly. Just a difficult situation, a very difficult off lane that made life very tough for the anti-mage. But he recovered, did well, did as best he could, but it just was a little bit too far behind. And the Invoker play, fantastic by Finest One, very well done. Alright, again, my name is Elihu. This is the We Like Dota League Season 2, and I hope you'll check out the podcast, We Like Dota. Check it out at welikedota.com, and we'll see you in-game. Good luck. Have fun.